What's up, guys? So in this video we're going to be showing you some tips and tricks to get a little more FPS in your Fortnite game and also reduce stuttering and improve performance all around. This will improve for everyone, but there are a few steps in here that you need to have Nvidia to do. But there are still a lot of steps that you guys can do and follow along with that will help AMD as well. So we're going to start out with setting your power plan to ultimate performance. So you're going to type in edit, and you're going to want to look for this little battery with the cord around it. Hit edit power plan, then you go to power options, and then you choose ultimate performance. If you don't have this already, which most of you, if you're watching this, will not, I'm going to show you how to get that right now. So there's going to be a link in the description. So for now, I'm just going to show you. So right here, this exact link will be in the description. It's going to be powercfg. So you'll copy that from the description. You'll go down to here. You right click on the start menu. And then you go to Windows PowerShell Admin. And then press the left click to open it up. You hit yes. And it's opened up. So if it doesn't let you just paste from right here. Oh, so I was able to just right click and it pasted, but if it doesn't let you paste it, you just hit Control V after you copy it and it'll paste. So if you see right here, if it works, it'll say Power Scheme Guide and then Ultimate Performance. So once you do that, you can exit out and right away go back to Edit Power Plan. I might have two now actually. Yeah. So if you don't see it up here to start, you just hit Show Additional Plans and it will be under here. So now I just have two, but it's already selected. And then hit the X. The next thing you're going to want to do is open up the Epic Games Launcher. Okay, go down to Settings. And then if you go down to Fortnite, and then under, you at first have to check additional command line arguments. And you're going to want to copy and paste what's in right here. But obviously to make it easy for you guys, I put it right here. So you're going to want to copy and paste this right here. But here's one thing you guys got to realize. So this 8 may not be 8 for everyone. So to find out what number you need to put here, you need to go to Task Manager in the bottom left corner, hit Enter. And then under Performance, you got to look at cores. So if your cores say 8, you'll leave it at 8. If it says 4, you put it at 4. If it says 12, you got to put it at 12. If it says 16, you got to put it at 16. So whatever your cores say, that's what you put here. So if it's 8, you'll just leave it at 8. You just copy and paste that. So once you copy it, you'll hit paste and then press Fortnite, the arrow again to save it. And then you're good to exit out of that. The next step is going to be, so you'll go to Start menu. Oh, I'm sorry. You're going to go to there we go. So you go to Command Prompt. There we go. So you go to Command Prompt, but don't click on this. You go to Run as Administrator. So you go to Run as Administrator, hit yes, and then you're going to copy and paste this one right here that starts with the bcdedit. And once you copy and paste that in here, you hit Enter, and then you could exit out of that as well. I already have it, so I'm not going to do it. But you copy and paste that into there, and then hit Enter. And then you could exit out. And then, so there's one more. Oh, I just accidentally exited out of the notepad. Whoopsies. Okay, so you're going to copy and paste. I deleted my timer resolution so I can do this for you guys. So I copy this, the HTTP mega. You open up your browser. I'm going to paste this in here and hit Enter. You're going to want to download. It's a little different for me because I have to I save all my downloads before they download automatically. So for me, I just hit OK. But you're going to want to extract those files. So for me, I go in here to downloads. Yours will come up automatically. And when I click on it here, see extract all. So you guys, you might be able to do it a little easier than me. It'll just come up and you'll right click and hit extract all. But you just want to extract all the files. Minimize this. There it is, right there. Perfect. So after you extract, you double click, and then you just want to drag this out to the screen right here. You drag it out to the home page. I just put mine right here. So what you're going to want to do is double click, and then you hit maximum. And you actually leave this open as you play your game, whether it's Fortnite or any game. If you leave that open, that will help. So for me, I'm just going to exit out. I'm not playing nothing right now. Okay. So the next step, we are going to, you have to go where Fortnite saves. So for me, it's under my Samsung SSD. So once you find where it's saved, you double click on Fortnite, double click on Fortnite game, binaries, Win64, and then you find these 4 files right here. Oh, don't do what I just did. Don't drag it. But find these 4 files right here that have the Fortnite logo. Go to the top one, you right click, go to properties, go to compatibility. And if this isn't checked already, you need to check disable full screen optimizations. And you have to do that for all 4 of these. And then for all 4 as well, you go to change high DPI settings and make sure this is checked and on application. You want to do that for all 4. Boom, checked, boom. So you do that for all 4 of those, and then you can exit out. I always like just refreshing my screen, but you don't have to do that. And then the next one, the bottom left-hand corner, go to graphics settings, hit OK. I like to have variable refresh rate off lately, just because I have a G-Sync monitor. If you have a FreeSync or G-Sync monitor, you should probably turn this off. I used to have it on all the time, but I turned it off. I mean, I can see a little difference, but if you leave it on, it's not going to hurt it. So I'm actually going to remove this. So down here, under Graphic Performance Preference, you'll hit Browse. And once again, you'll find where your Fortnite is. Mine was already up there, but you want to find the one that's the Win64 shipping. And double click, it'll be here. And you go to Options, and then go to High Performance, and hit Save. And then that's that. So now when you load graphics settings back up, it's right there. See? Fortnite High Performance. You could do that with any game, but this is mainly for Fortnite. So that's that. We're going to refresh the screen again. And then, so the next step, we're going to right click on the screen, go to Nvidia Control Panel, let that open up. Okay. And then first thing we're going to do, you always want to double check, make sure you're on your native resolution and on the highest refresh rate possible. If for any reason you have a 144 Hz monitor and you're not getting the option to switch to 144, that means you either need to get a better HDMI cable, at least a 2.0 or better, or a display port that'll support the 240/144. So just make sure that both of your monitors are on the highest resolution that you possibly can do. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Adjust Desktop Color Settings. This won't help with FPS, it's just going to make it look better. This all you leave alone. This should already be, if it's not all the way to, look at how bad that looks. But make sure the hue is all the way to the left, and then digital vibrance, put that to 80% and hit apply. Your screen might flicker for a second, and do that for any monitor that you have. Okay, and then the next step is adjust desktop size and position. I like leaving mine on full screen for both of mine. If you have the option to change your scaling to display, you can do that, but I haven't seen a difference with either of them. I've experimented, but I have one monitor that lets me do display on display and the other one's on GPU, and it all feels the same. And then you want to check override the scaling mode by games and systems on any monitor you have. And then if you change something, you press apply. So for this one, I'm not really gonna explain what it is. I'm just gonna let you guys look at this for a minute. The biggest thing I can let you guys know about is there's a new low latency mode. Put that on ultra for sure. But other than that, just copy what I have here. It may some options are different on every PC, but the big ones are like prefer maximum performance, refresh rate, highest available, and then just quality, high performance. Just copy and paste all this, or not copy and paste, just pause the video if you have to, and just copy my settings right here. Go up and down a couple times. The biggest things though, you want vertical sync off, pre-rendered frames only to 1, and then everything maximum performance, highest available. But just copy and or just copy what I'm doing here. Okay, and then once again hit apply if you change stuff there. And then adjust image settings with preview. I have mine just on the use the advanced 3D image settings, but I'm actually gonna switch. You want to switch this. If it's on quality, you want to put it on performance, and then hit apply. I actually don't know why mine wasn't on there, but yeah, you want to go to use my preference emphasizing performance, and then hit apply. Then you're good to go with the control panel. I would probably recommend restarting your computer at this point and coming back to this video. Okay. Trying to think. I think that actually might do it for all the real. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the next one we're going to go to the bottom left corner, do % app data %, then hit enter. And then you click up here on app data, local, Fortnite game, saved, config, Windows client, and then right click on game user settings and go to properties. If you have to uncheck read only, hit apply, okay, and then open up the game user settings. So your settings might look different than mine, but just focus on what I'm changing. So you're gonna want to find where your FPS is in here, right here. So it'll say frame rate limit. And here's the most important thing. If you have a 60 hertz monitor, set it to 57. If you have a 144 hertz monitor, set it to 141. And if you have a 240 hertz monitor like I do, you set it to 237. So if you have a 144 hertz monitor, you change this to 141, and then hit file, save, and then you exit out. Right click, go to properties, and check read only again, hit apply, okay. But for me, I have a 240 hertz monitor, so I'm going back to that. Frame rate limit. You're not going to have as much game user settings as me, so you just got to look for frame rate limit. It should be easier for you to find than me. So 237 for me. File, save, X, right click, properties, read only, apply, okay, and then exit out. Okay. And also, if you guys don't have GeForce Experience already, make sure you download it. It should come with your computer already if you have Nvidia. But you want to go to drivers and always check for updates. Make sure you're up to date on all your drivers. Same thing with Windows settings. If you go to settings, update and security, always check for updates. I haven't checked today, so I may have one. We'll see. But you always check for updates. Yep, so we're all up to date. Then there's a few things actually in Windows settings that we're going to show you. Privacy, there we go. So pretty much I'm just going to go through this whole thing and just copy and paste, or just copy what I have. So general, off. Speech, off. That's off. Make sure that's at basic and everything else is off. But the biggest important thing is background apps. Make sure this is off. You have to make sure these background apps are off for sure. And then we'll go to location, off, camera. I need this on so I can stream. So I do leave this on. But if you're not using a webcam, you can turn the camera off. I need the microphone, so I leave that on. If you're not using a microphone, you can turn that off. Voice activation off, notifications off, account info off, contacts off, calendar off, phone calls off. Make sure everything's off. Email off, call history off, tasks off, messaging off, radios off, other devices off, then the background apps off, app diagnostics off, and then documents on, pictures off, videos off, file system on. So documents on, file system on. And this is also a big thing for people. If you plan on trying to clip, not using the GeForce Experience, you want to use the game bar and you can clip real easy, but it will maybe give you some stutters. I use it and it doesn't make me stutter too much. It could be because I have a little better PC, but I would recommend turning this off if you don't plan on clipping anything. Game mode, always have that off. But yeah, game bar and captures, have all this off if you don't plan on clipping. It will help for sure. Okay, so we're gonna exit out of that. And I wish I was hardwired, but I'm not. If you guys are using Wi-Fi like me, make sure you're always on the 5G internet. It'll also help. Okay. And the least you have running in the background as you play, so like if you're playing Fortnite and you have another monitor and you have 3 or 4 different browsers open, or you have 2 different Twitch streams running of your favorite Twitch streamer, try not to do that. Maybe just watch from your phone, but the least you have open as you're playing, it's going to help with the FPS for sure. Just going to I think that might be everything. So we did the FPS. We did the power plan. Oh, I know. So after you go to Ultimate Performance here, you go to Change Plan Settings, and then Change Advanced Power Settings. And then also still make sure this is on Ultimate Performance here. It should be though. And then you go to Processor Power Management, minimum processor state 100, maximum processor state 100. You definitely want to do that as well. If you do put it to 100% and you realize that your CPU is getting too hot or your GPU is getting too hot, this is what I recommend doing. I'm going to go back to my balanced power plan because I think I had the settings for this already. Change additional power settings. I'm going to go to processor power management. Minimum is at 10% and the maximum is at 80. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that for the ultimate as well. So we're going to go back to power options, go to ultimate performance, change plan settings, change advanced power settings. So turn off after 0 minutes, make sure that's at 0. So minimum, we're going to change this to 10. And then maximum to 80. This will help with CPU. If your CPU tends to be getting hot like mine was. Yeah, so you definitely want this. I would recommend doing this setting, guys. Do 10% on the minimum, maximum at 80. And then just 0, make sure that's at 0 minutes. And it will change. Okay, never. All right, so then you hit apply. Okay. Okay. All right, guys, so that'll do it for this video. It was a little longer than I was hoping, but I hope this really helped. Let me know in the comments if this did help. There might be a few things little small things I missed, but we went over all the big ones. All right, guys, and remember, if when you're using timer resolution, make sure you hit maximum. and then leave it open before you play. Alright guys, well, like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if this helped. There's nothing else. Thanks for watching. Cubs fan out.